10 layers of fabric will not break my needle. So what does? G'day people and welcome, I'm Sharon. 45 years of sewing didn't teach me why needles broke. It was only later that I realised there are two basic reasons. The first one is that you're using a fabric that is really awful on needles. Something like a fabric that's got sequins on it or sequins built into it. They can break needles, and they will also blunt your blades on your serger or overlocker. And the other one is needle plates. Needles do not go through needle plates, and if you look around the hole in the needle plate where the needle descends and you see lots of damage around there, that is when you've broken needles, because the needle has hit the needle plate. If you are sewing on a low level of fabric and then you come up to a big bump, this is what happens. The stitches tend to get shorter and shorter, and then we try to help by pulling at the back. This is where it goes wrong. It's the pulling that actually causes the needle to break. When you pull on the fabric, the thread in the needle pulls the needle back, and then instead of the needle going down the hole, it gets pulled to the back and it hits usually at the back of that little opening on the needle plate. There are two basic times when this will happen. One of them I'm about to show you with a lump of fabric. This is the sort of thing when you're coming up to a seam in a pair of jeans. This is one place it happens. The other, I'll explain a little later. I didn't pull hard, it's managed to get on there. If you notice where the foot is and the angle that it's on at the moment, it's trying to go up a big hill. And as a result, the only places it's actually connecting with the feed dogs are at the edge and at the back. We need to do something so that we don't pull on this. So what we need to do is lift the foot, flatten it out, and push the black button in, and then drop the foot. Looking from the side now, you can see there's actually a gap under the foot. It doesn't matter. There's a better connection between the foot and the feed dogs in this front part. As soon as the foot got far enough on, it actually released the little black button. That machine is currently going across even more layers than I did before. If the foot on your machine doesn't have this black button to help you to even up the connection between the foot and the feed dogs, what do you do next? Let me show you. This foot doesn't have the black piece to help. Let's make it even bigger. You can see here it's pushing the fabric up. And it really can't move things along. So rather than pulling from the back, I'm pushing from the front until the needle goes into the fabric. Now I need to put something at the back to lift that foot up and make it flat. And I'm going to use some fabric. That will give the feed dogs a lot better connection. And the other situation where you might find yourself pulling at the back of your fabric, well, it's when you've either got a very slippery fabric, or perhaps even more to the point, a fluffy fabric. And that means that the feed dogs haven't actually got anything solid to grab hold of and pull the fabric along. So we tend to pull it and help. Sometimes that works as long as you don't pull it too hard, but one of the other ways you can do it, particularly with very stretchy fabrics, is to put some paper underneath it or tear away underneath it, and that gives your machine something solid to grab hold of and helps it not need to be pulled to get it through. I hope you've learned something about your machine today. Give me a thumbs up if you have, and I'll see you next time.